Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast. Hello, 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 hello. It is wonderful connecting with you, saying hi, hello, how do you do? What is happening? What's going on with you? Blessings, 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 and more blessings I speak unto you. For those who will be live, yes, 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 let's do it. For those who will hashtag and replay it, I love it. For those who will be on and I don't know you're on and I might not never know you're on, I could appreciate that. And for those who will be used by Papa at some point down the road to encourage this girl, let's do the thing, okay? Hey, cousin, love you right back. Love you right back. Let's make it do what it do. Let's make it do what it do. All right, so we are continuing our conversation around this notion of practicing the version of yourself, the next version of yourself that you want to be. You got to practice being them. You got to practice. Practice being her. Practice being her, right? Practice being him. Practice being yourself, the version of yourself that you desire to be. You got to give it some practice in order for it to stick. In order for it to stick, you got to practice, right? You got to practice. It's not a one and done. Believe you me, it is not a one and done. It is a practice, 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 and more practice. And keep practicing and try again and get up again and do it again over and over and over and over and over. Yes, practice, 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 and more practicing. So let's make sure that you are doing what you need to do to secure the version of you that you want to live out in this season of life. It don't even mean nothing was wrong with the other version. We're not saying, we're just saying improvement. Anything that we do, y'all, we want to improve on. We don't want to stay just the same right where we are. As long as there's breath in our body, we want to be able to shift and to adjust and to get what's the next best version? What's the next best? Let me see if this will stop it from rocking a little bit. Right? We want to give some improvement. Right? We want to give some improvement. We want to increase. We want to grow, expand, become more. Right? So I ain't saying nothing's wrong with the current version. That ain't what I'm saying. That ain't what you're going to hear from me. That something's wrong. Nothing's wrong with your current version, but there's more. So I like to live with this ideal. Hey, Erica. Hey, honey bun. I like to live with this idea that I am satisfied and content. Like, I love this girl right here. Love her to wholeness. Love her to get up and do something. Love her to forgive herself. Love her to give herself some grace. Love her to call herself to the carpet, to hold herself accountable, to make sure she doing everything she can do, and then figure out how to do some more. So I love her. Like right now where she is, I'm good with this girl. Like we good. We good with us, okay? And at the same time, I'm eager for more. So I'm satisfied and content while eager for more. So right, strike that balance. Because if I'm just satisfied and content, then what's available for me in the next season of life after I've gone through this one and learned and integrated and become more, now I can do something different because I've become more here. I can do something different out there, right? Good morning, Ray Price. Thank you for your prayers. So I'm never going to just stop and put my feet up and twiddle my thumbs and say that's it, right? Because there's more learning, there's more growth, there's more development, there's more wisdom, there's more knowledge, there's more availability, there's more grace, there's more fun. I mean, there's more. But I'm not so focused on the more that um I belittle, dismiss, devalue the now. No, no, no. The now is amazing. I'm full of grace and gratitude and appreciation and all the things for the now. So, so very grateful for the now. So, a balance of the two, right? So, practicing as your higher version is just like it's built into our DNA. If you put a seed in the ground, it doesn't not grow. It wants to grow to its fullest potential. That seed does not stop until it reaches its fullest potential. And as humans, we never reach our fullest potential. That's the beauty of it. Because each arrival creates the possibility of more. So be love yourself so well right where you are. Love yourself so immensely right where you find yourself. Like be in love with you. So we're not gonna go down the bunny trail, but one of these weeks I'm gonna talk about the in love euphoria. It's good, but it's not as good as mature love, right? We have that thing flipped on its head in the West. We don't even really even get it. I'm just saying. In love is all right. I'm all right with being in love, but I ain't got to be. But choosing love. I'm gonna get off that soapbox. Let me go back to why I'm here this morning. Practicing as your higher version with grace. Hey, Brian. Good morning, Brian. Practicing as your highest version, your higher version with grace. So practicing to become your higher version, the next version of yourself with grace, beloved. Practicing with grace. So why do I say that? Because when we're growing, when we're expanding, when we're increasing, we must give ourselves grace. Right? We must give ourselves grace when we are growing and becoming. Like we've got to give ourselves grace, because if we don't, beloved, we can get frustrated with ourselves, right? We can get irritated with ourselves. We can become disillusioned with ourselves, because growth is not linear. We don't just get on a growth path and go straight. No. Growth is I can't even think of the word, but like incremental and iterative. So meaning you'll go up a few steps and come back a few steps, go up more steps and come back a few steps, right? So it's just not linear. It's not straightforward. That's not how growth is. So that, which means we've got to have grace for ourselves. We must give ourselves grace for when we're trying to do something different, because otherwise you're going to beat yourself up at every step of the way. Every turn you're going to beat yourself up, because there's something that we're not going to hit right on the head, there's something we're not going to hit right on his head at the very beginning. We just won't. Right? That's what the learning process is. That's what the growth process is. It is a process of becoming. Right? It is a process of becoming. And so let's be sure, beloved, to give ourselves those things. Hey, Virginia from Virginia, it's good to see you. Right? So let's be sure that we are giving ourselves that which we need in order to grow to our next higher version. Do you have a vision of your next higher version? What do they look like? What language do they use? As your higher version, what language will you keep? What language will you release? What thought patterns will you nurture? What thought patterns will you let go? right? What behavior will come with you and what behavior has to be, left behind. Get a version of that, of your higher, get a vision of your higher version and begin practicing as that person. Practice does not make perfect. It does not. Just because you practice doesn't make perfect. Practice, they say, make permanent. And it does, right? Because whatever you practice, you're going to increase that behavior. Now, the thing of it is you have to make adjustments as you're practicing. Because if you just keep practicing the same thing and it's not getting you the result that you want, then you got to practice something different, because you don't want to make permanent something that you don't want to keep, right? You don't want to make permanent something that you don't want to keep. So pay attention to your thought patterns, pay attention to your actions, pay attention to that which you're nurturing, and see, is it moving you closer to the version that you desire to be at this season of life? Look, the lives that we live are phenomenally amazing. We are unique to any other mammal in this world, right? Unique in that we have the ability to reason and have high functioning decision making qualities and abilities. Hey, Frank, it's so good to see you. And so since we do, we might as well leverage that for our benefit, y'all. Let's leverage that for our benefit and use our thinking capacities to decide what your next version is going to look like. What gets to go and what does not get to go with you. You and I get to decide that. Now, it is not easy. Let me just say, new habits, creating the next version of yourself is absolutely not an easy thing to do, but it's a necessary thing to do. It's necessary. Have a good day. You too. All right. It's necessary. Okay? So whatever work it takes, whatever you're required to do, decide that you're going to do it and go for it. Decide that it's yours to have this new version. Like, what does your new version look like? What do they look like? What might you change? Physical appearance is okay. We might change physical appearance, and that's a good thing, right? I'm not against changing physical appearances, but I'm really more so talking about our thinking life, our believing life, right? And then what follows there is our actions. So I ascribe to this sequence, right? Of course, it's not done perfectly, but this sequence of thinking leads to feelings, which leads to actions or behavior. Those leads to habits that we form, and habits create our life. So thinking, feeling, action, thinking, feelings, or emotions, actions or behaviors form habits, and any habits we repeat consistently, if it creates our life, the life that we live. So why did I say that? Because our thought life is going to manifest into our outward being, right? Into the outward manifestation, the way we move, the choices that we make, how we present ourselves, the way we show up is dictated from our thought life. So I just invite you to the next best version of you, to the next higher, freer, fuller version of you, beloved. Right? And if you okay where you are, like, I ain't having no problem with that. But that's not my call. That's not my call. My mandate is to invite you higher. That's my mandate. Like, I'm okay with where you are, but that just ain't my conversation. That's not why I'm created, right? That's not why I'm created. I'm created to call us higher. I'm created to invite us to our next. I'm created to help us to love so immensely that we have a metamorphosis into something we didn't even know was possible, beloved. We didn't even know the thing was possible. But love is transformative. We cannot stay the same in the face of love. It will transform us. It will. It will. I'm super excited about my transformation. I am ever available for my next. I am available for my more. I'm available for expansion and increase and becoming. I am available for new visions and possibilities in life. I am available. Yes, I am. And so when I think about the idea and when I think about being available, I am super excited of all that Papa has for me and all that I will obtain from the buffet table. Right? All that I will obtain. And yeah, I guess I'll leave that there. So anyway, beloved, I love you. I appreciate you. I value you. And I invite you to get that vision and run with it. Write the vision and make it plain so that those who read it can run with it. You're the first reader. We are the first partaker of our whatever, our stuff we are. So have a fantastic day. Fill it with love. Love on yourself so profoundly that you have an inner structural change. That you are just like, you look at yourself, you be like, who is that? Wow. All right now. I see you. I see you. All right, beloved. Have a fantastic day. At the moment that Abba gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished. You and I gave up the right to not be amazing. You are I don't know what to say for the men, but this one, you a bad mama jamma. And whatever would be the male version of it. You're that too. Okay. All right. All that in a bag of chips. Jalapeno. Bye, y'all. Have a great day.